Hello, everyone. We just started the webinar, Nicaragua 101, and we're very happy that you guys are here. Michael, the only thing that I would like to see the people that are here, where are they from? I need to see the Q&A. Can't see that. Michael.
Okay, I will read them out for you, Andrea. So we have folks just go to that Q&A section and let us know where you're coming in from. We have some folks from all over the world today joining us. So please let us know. We have Sasha from Australia, Sydney, Ali from Belize, Jessica on here, Ed Wiener from Philadelphia, Mark from Florida. We have Matthew from Canada online.
Awesome. Philadelphia, Australia, Belize.
We have
Tennessee.
Canada on the line, Henry from Las Vegas, Renee from Tennessee. We have Dean from Iowa, and just a bunch of people from all over.
Wow, that is great.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting to see so many people that are interested in this beautiful country, Nicaragua. So we want to introduce ourselves. Here we are with Giovanni Rodriguez. He is from Nicaragua, and I am Andrea Martinez. I am from Ecuador. So Giovanni, you can start introducing yourself, telling a little bit about yourself so people can know you better.
Hey, thank you, Andrea, for the introduction. My name is Giovanni Rodriguez. I am actually, I was born here in Nicaragua. My parents, they're actually Europeans from Spain and Italy. I live in Nicaragua since I was born, and then I moved out of Nicaragua when I was actually 15 years old. And I live in many countries, including United States, for 33 years. And I just moved back to Nicaragua 9 years ago. And I tell you something, I'm extremely happy to live here. I love Nicaragua. And I'm glad that I'm going to be actually able to actually share my experience of living in Nicaragua. And in my particular case, I used to live in the United States for 33 years. So there's a lot of things that we can actually have in common, and the reason perhaps why you're here today. So thank you very much, Andrea, for the introduction. Happy to be here.
Yeah, Giovanni, and you have it's very interesting story, but someday if you folks come and visit in Nicaragua, you can meet Gio and he can tell you all about it. About me, I am from Ecuador. I visited Nicaragua. This is, I want to make a long story short. My husband is from Canada and he's been living in Nicaragua for more than 10 years. The reason why I went to Nicaragua was because I'm a pediatrician and I was living in Ecuador with my family. All my family is from here. And there was an earthquake on 2016. And that time we all went to the area where the earthquake happened to help, with medical supplies and things like that. And we also made a Facebook group to find places where they can do donations, foundations from other countries. That's how I found this foundation that is from my husband. It's called Help Them Help Themselves. And they were doing this, they were helping the people in Nicaragua, to build schools, medical missions, dental missions. And I saw it and I said, well, this is interesting. Do you guys, I wrote them and I asked if they were doing donations to other countries. And they say they were doing it mostly in Nicaragua. So I was interested in doing that. And my husband was the one who answered that. And he said, well, you can come and do a medical mission here. That's why I went to Nicaragua. And I saw, first time in my life, I never thought that I would be in this country, but I fell in love with the people. I fell in love with the country. Grand Pacifica was also, this was like a joint venture with Grand Pacifica, his foundation with Grand Pacifica. He also has property there. So that's when I started living in Nicaragua I started dating him, and also I loved it. I moved there, and then I started working with ECI because I saw all the properties that were developing and all the people that were already living there, because Grand Pacifica is already a community where you have a lot of residents from North America and also Nicaraguans that are living there, and we want to make it bigger. So why won't I share my experience that I have had there in Nicaragua? So that's a little bit of my story, so you can know a little bit more about us. So Giovanni, you can start with talking about more about your country. Nobody better than you to tell us about the company and the country.
Well, something. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about, ECI portfolio. As you can actually see, we have many properties in different countries like, Belize, Costa Rica, Panama, Nicaragua. We actually getting into other countries like, Honduras, Mexico, San Salvador, Argentina, including actually Ecuador. We're searching into, more exclusive, land where we can actually purchase and continue developing our portfolio. Our executive team, if you haven't met Mr. Cobb, Joe Nagel, and Patrick Heaver, I tell you something, highly recommend. These are great gentlemen with a lot of experience. We have also our VP of Sales and Marketing, Rachel, and I highly recommend, if you are able to actually meet them in one of the different seminars that we actually do, please, do actually enjoy those seminars, because they're actually full of information about, ECI and the portfolio and the different developments that we have. That's our ECI team. As you can see, we have, it's many divisions in sales, marketing. We have construction team. I'm actually the director and PR of ECI development. Have the hotel side also. We have the sales, side. So if you want to know a little bit more about, who is who, you can actually go there. I know that, this is being recorded, and you can actually see, all the different areas that we have. This is actually the reason why we're here. We're going to talk about why Nicaragua, living in Nicaragua, and we're going to go one by one and developing, the questions and answering all your questions. So go ahead. The first question is, have you ever been to Nicaragua? It's either yes or not yet. If you have not been here in Nicaragua, I highly recommend you to please come. Why Nicaragua? After so many research and questions to all those people who have actually moved to Nicaragua, we continue actually finding these reasons right here. Practically, 9 reasons why people are moving to Nicaragua. And like I said before, we're gonna actually spend time in each reason why, and so we can actually answer all your questions. This is actually one of the best curve graph that I love. I have actually many friends in different part of the world, including Mexico, Panama, Belize, Argentina, and of course in Nicaragua. When I actually see the curve, one of the things that I love about Nicaragua, and one of the reasons why I moved here, is because I knew that I was actually going to enter into a market that it was actually the right moment. I was going to buy beautiful pieces of land, great properties for very low price. And that was one of the reasons why I say, hey, I'm gonna go back to Nicaragua, because I can invest little money and have in the long term great return, because the property will actually get the real value that the property was actually worth. So I love this curve, because when you actually going up to like areas, like Mexico, Panama, Costa Rica, or Belize, for example, you realize that a property that might be $100,000 here in Nicaragua, in a country like Costa Rica, will be like $500,000. Of course, the rent in those countries like like Panama, like Mexico, like Belize, the rent will be higher than in Nicaragua. But those properties will never actually get the real value of the property will never be like the one in Nicaragua, because you're actually buying at the right time, where the value of the property is still in And as you can actually, when you actually look into, the different countries, you will actually realize that Nicaragua is still very inexpensive and affordable. Safety country in Central America. I have actually lived here for many, many years. I'm currently living here in Nicaragua with my wife and my 6-year-old daughter. And I can tell you something, this is one of those countries where you can actually, go at night for either, for a movie, for, dinner. You can actually, if you want to just drive from one city to another city, if you, whatever you want to do, one of the things that you will realize is that this country is extremely safe. You will never feel that, hey, unsafe in this country. And this is one of the reasons why I also moved back to Nicaragua, because I really enjoy the fact that I don't have to worry about that it's too late, that I have to go back home or nothing like that.
Yeah, the same for me, Gio. Since I moved there, I feel safer, not like even more than Ecuador, my own country. So it's a very nice place to be with. And people are very friendly and helpful when you're in trouble too.
Yes. Something, I like this type of information when you look at it, like other countries, for example, and then you look at Nicaragua, you realize that, something, where we are and what we have here in Nicaragua to offer, to all the tourists and people who wants to come and enjoy it, actually, living here in Nicaragua. I tell you, I always tell people that, I have never felt unsafe in this country. I always feel very safe. The fact that you can actually be in open areas, like, any area, like, like a mall, you can be in a restaurant, you can actually, be driving, and you always feel safe. People are so helpful in this country that is amazing. This is one of the reasons why also I feel safe, because people are very helpful. Sometimes you can actually have a flat tire, and it's amazing how, some people can actually stop and they help you, change your tire and all that. Yeah. And they don't even know you, but something, it's part of a culture here in Nicaragua. People, they don't know you and they offer you to actually come home, something, hey, and they don't even know you, but they offer you, if you're lost or something, people are, they offer you to, just follow me, something, and then, they follow you or you follow them, and then, they give you, a better direction where you're going in case if you get lost. So I think that Nicaragua offer, a lot of things, and one of the things is safetyness. You can always find, people, that, wants to actually help you.
Yeah. And
affordable real estate, I think we actually talk about that. Like I said before, when you think about it, for $100,000, you can buy something beautiful here in Nicaragua. The comparable in other countries like Costa Rica might be actually $500,000. This is one of my favorite, extreme low cost of living. I tell you, it's amazing. This is the type of country where you can actually go to a fish market, for example, and a pound of red snapper, it's gonna be 40 Cordobas, which is equal to like a dollar, like 15 cents, $1.20. This is the type of country that you can actually go to, a market and buy your fruits, your vegetables, and for very little money, all organic. And I used to live in the United States for 33 years. And I remember myself, sometimes asking, wow, this is crazy. I will actually come to Nicaragua and with like $2 or $3, I will have my hands full of like vegetables and fruits, organic. And I will go to the United States, and then the only thing that I will get is like a couple of bananas, you know, like, and I was like, it's crazy, it's crazy. But you have to experience this type of things when you come to Nicaragua and you realize, you know, what can you purchase with $1? And sometimes you start like wondering, wow, did I hear well what you know the person is saying, what you know they're charging for like meat or chicken or fish or fruits or vegetables. It's a very inexpensive country. It's a country that you can practically live with very little money. I always tell, you know, my friends who always call me and clients, you can easily live with $1,000 in this country. Like, you know, it's all depends, you know, like, you know, what do you want to do, you know, but you can live as low as $1,000 in Nicaragua. Historical in nature. I tell you, Nicaragua is actually full of history. You have, you know, places, beautiful cities like, you know, Granada, Masaya, León. You have actually a lot of history. You have beautiful cathedrals. One of my favorite places is actually Granada. And the reason why is because you have Mombacho. Mombacho is one of the volcanoes that it's next to Granada. I'm into nature. I love to actually walk, you know, in the jungle and just actually, you know, find myself there being part of nature. And Mombacho is one of my favorite places. You can actually find, you know, 700 plus type of, you know, birds. It's a beautiful jungle where you can actually have a nice view of Granada and the lakes, which you will highly recommend, and you will actually enjoy it. And then, you know, Santi, you have, you know, cities like León, you have Masaya, which you can actually find amazing. They actually, I always say it's the Milano of Nicaragua, because they do wonderful clothes, you know, everything is made by hand, the shoes, the belts. So Nicaragua has a lot of things to offer when it comes to, you know, historical and natural places. The climate is one of the best. You know, you can actually be between 65, 70, 75 to 80. There's actually areas, the north of Nicaragua, it's places where practically you can be in the 60s, you know, and then it's going to be between 60 and 72, 74. It's the area where the best coffee, which is actually the city is Matagalpa. In case if you love coffee, I love coffee. You have very, you know, actually you have a very high-end coffee companies in Matagalpa. And also you have cities like Jinotega and Esteli. For example, Esteli is a well-known city for the best cigars in Nicaragua. So all that area there, the north of Nicaragua has an amazing climate. And then the rest of Nicaragua, like I said before, you can actually be in areas like Gran Pacifica, where you're gonna be, you know, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, depending on the time of the year. Proximity to North America, I love that. Actually, I'm the type of person that I go out a lot, you know, to different places like Houston and Miami. Practically, Miami is just about like 2 hours and 15 minutes from Nicaragua. Houston is about 3 hours. You can actually go to different, you know, countries in Central America, including like, you know, Panama or Costa Rica or Honduras or Guatemala. And then if in the case, for example, of Andrea that goes actually to Ecuador, it's easy for her to actually go from Nicaragua to Ecuador or any other country in South America. The location, as you can actually see, we're well located. For those people who love to travel, I tell you, one of the things that a lot of people do here in Nicaragua is actually go to Panama, because you can actually take the cruise ships from Panama to South America, to Europe, or to any other area that you might actually, want to actually, take a cruise ship. Very inexpensive. Tickets from Managua to Miami, you can actually find in the $350, $400, $450. Sometimes they can actually go a little bit more expensive. Mainly when it's holidays, you can go into the $500, $550, and $600. But you actually find great, great deals and cruise ship from Panama, or airline tickets if you want to actually travel to like Brazil, Argentina, or any other country. The growing tourism industry, I tell you, every year, Nicaragua is becoming more and more the place to come. I have a quick story. When I moved to Nicaragua 9 years ago, many of my friends didn't even know where Nicaragua was. Suddenly, something, the more, I talk to people in the United States, I am like blown away with so much information that they have about Nicaragua, and magazines and reports that they have actually read about why Nicaragua and why to come here. And they're all looking for the same thing. They're actually looking for, places where your money can actually multiply, and that you can actually find quality. And this is one of the reasons why Nicaragua continue actually to be the place to come, because you actually find safetiness, because it's inexpensive, because you find quality, you find all those things that you actually want, but a very affordable price. So that's the main reason why we continue growing. And I think that the year 2022 is going to be one of the best. There's actually two major recent events why the prices in Nicaragua are low. And something, it's like anything. We actually had a situation in 2018. It was mainly regarding the people who were actually retired. That group asked actually the government for an increase of their paycheck. And that situation, for one reason or the other, was actually not managed, the proper way. And ended up actually having some type of, I would say, some type of, social political issues, between the groups. And we ended up actually having, a couple months of roads, being blocked and all that. And, one of the things that really hurt a lot was the fact that the government, the U.S. government actually put some restrictions on traveling to Nicaragua, and that was actually the reason we actually, I think, heard the most. But for those of us who were actually living here in Nicaragua, we realized that it was a situation that perhaps could have actually been managed better. We were able to overcome, that situation. And now in date, after, practically, a couple of years, we actually continue, working on communication, so we don't actually get into something like that again. And the second reason, COVID-19, one of the biggest thing was actually the airlines stopping, coming, to Nicaragua. A lot of the people that we actually live here in Nicaragua, we don't understand the reason why they stopped coming, because if you ask me, my personal opinion is that the situation of COVID-19 was managed very well by the government. Practically their strategy was as simple as, something, you're all adults, you know what to do. And then if you have actually family who are in, biggest risk because they are elderly people, they have some type of illness, well, something, you need to actually protect yourself, and make sure, that you protect, your family. The same thing took place in different businesses, you know, something, some businesses, you know, decide to, you know, ask, you know, all the people that will actually come into the restaurant to use masks, and other people decide not to ask, you know, their customer to use masks. So to me, when I look at that, you know, something, what I see is that, hey, it's a way of saying, you know, something, protect yourself. We're not going to mandate you and what you need to do, and do whatever you have to do based on your needs to protect yourself. And I really like the fact that, you know, the freedom of choosing if I want to use a mask or not. Living in Nicaragua, wow, I tell you, like I said before, I've been living here for 9 years. I enjoy it. I enjoy my life. I love, you know, surfing, fishing. I love actually long walks, like I said before, in the ocean. I love, you know, like going into the mountains. Horseback riding. I'm actually married to a lady that is from the area, where people have cows and horses and you know, all that type of animals. So I love horses too, and you know, we enjoy actually riding, you know, our, you know, horses, you know, along the beach, you know, with our daughter. So there's many things that you can do in Nicaragua. Nicaragua offers, you know, a lot of things. If you know, if what you like is actually just nature walks, I highly recommend you to come to Nicaragua. If you like surfing, hiking, it's many places that you can come and visit. The secret is getting out. Yes, it's actually getting out. Like I said before, I'm actually surprised when I actually travel to, like, you know, different cities in United States, and people know about Nicaragua, and I always ask, how do you know about Nicaragua? And they start like telling me that they're surfers or people who are, you know, like retiring. I actually find a lot of people who love to travel and find, you know, new places. So they are like, you know, telling me about that they read about Nicaragua and that they actually want to come and visit Nicaragua. So I tell you, this is the right moment. I always say, you know, it's the right time, it's the right moment to actually come to a country where it has a lot to offer for a very low price. Yep, that is actually, that photo right there is the Cathedral of Granada, the place that I was actually telling you before, which the Mombacho, you know, volcano is actually on the right side. That's a beautiful area of Nicaragua. The food is excellent. I tell you something, you have a lot of artistic people in Granada. It's a place where it's well known. People actually does a lot of great things with their hands, including, like I said before, you know, you have painters, you have actually people who they do actually shoes, belt, and it's also well known because there's a place right there that you can actually get one of the best chocolates in Nicaragua, even though Granada is not the area of you know, the coffee and the chocolate, but there's a place right there that you can get, you know, an amazing chocolate. As you can see, Gran Pacifica is just like right there in the middle of all these cities, where practically one day, you know, you wake up in the morning, in a half hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour, hour and a half, you can actually be in any of these cities and just go there for a nice walk, lunch, or if you want to just stay over there for whatever reason, you want to enjoy a little bit more, you know, the city. But all these cities are very close to Gran Pacifica, where you can actually just drive, you know, for the day and come back to Gran Pacifica if that's what you wish to do. And a little bit more, I see that a little bit more of the things, you know, we have to offer close to Gran Pacifica. Like I say before, you have actually, you know, many of the city cathedrals. You have, surfing waves. Inside Grand Pacifica, you have two of the best surfing, breaks. And you have actually also other cities like, like I said before, you have Mazachapa, Pochomil, Masaya. You have San Juan del Sur, also close to Grand Pacifica. And of course, that's actually one of the best places that you can actually go, and the closest one to see an active volcano. That is the Masaya volcano, which is actually is an active volcano. And the nice thing about this is that they allow you to drive your car to this particular, area where you can actually see, the volcano. Mainly at night. It's nice because it's a really a nice view of nature.
Yeah, that's my husband in that picture.
Yes, that's Mr. Patrick Heaver. The benefit of investing in Nicaragua, I guess you're gonna actually hear from Andrea, which has a nicest voice and more beautiful than I.
Thank you for your kind words. So,
it's all yours, Andrea.
No, it's fine. So the benefits of investing in Nicaragua, as not only the things that you just mentioned, so many good things about the safety, the amazing places that you can visit, the people, all those things, but also if you want to invest there, have a property there, the good thing is that you don't have any restrictions as a foreigner to own in Nicaragua. My husband is Canadian and he invested in Nicaragua more than 10 years ago, and he had the equal treatment as any local or domestic investor. So you don't have to worry about, because if you're a foreigner, that you cannot invest in land in Nicaragua. Also, we have very low property tax rates. It's 1% of the property value. So it is a really good thing to purchase there. And you would have a freehold title, which means that you will own the land and you will own also the home that you purchase. You don't have to worry about land that is being owned by the government or anything like that. You would be the sole private owner of that land. We have also residency programs. If you are the owner of a property in Nicaragua, you can get an investor residency or a pensioner residency. As a pensioner, you have to be 45 plus 8 years old, and you have to prove that you must receive more than $600 a month from pension abroad. As an investor, you can be any age, and what you have to do is to invest $30,000 as a minimum investment in Nicaragua in a property, and you would get your residency. You would get 5-year residency, which is renewable every 5 years, and that would be like having a green card. You can live there, and you don't have a time limit that you can stay there like a tourist. As a tourist you can only stay 90 days, but as a resident you can stay forever. You can own your own business, you can work there, you can study there, live there, all those things. It's like a green card, as I said. So we're going to see more about Gran Pacifica, which is the community that we are living in, and where we have all the different smaller communities that we are developing and have developed. So Gran Pacifica is a big, huge community that has smaller communities inside it, and each of them have set like a different quality for different tastes. So you have different lifestyles inside this community, because we have a big golf course. You can do surfing, as Giovanni said. We have two great waves that are for professionals, and also another beach that we have for people that want to learn how to surf. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that beach, because that's the one that is called Asuccio, where we have a new community there, and I will talk later on about the other communities. As Gio mentioned, there's golfing, surfing, boating. You can do fishing, you can do biking in the community, because it is gated, it is closed, it is very, very safe. You can have horses there. So there's lots of things to do inside Gran Pacifica. Gran Pacifica is a big property. It has 2,500 acres. It has 3.5 miles of beach frontage. So there's like a huge beach that you would have in front of you, in front of this community. The climate, as Giovanni was saying, is a Pacific coast, is tropical all year around. It's the same climate. We have a dry and a rainy season. So the rainy season, we used to call it winter. My husband says we're not allowed to call it winter because it's not really cold at all. It's pretty like tropical all the time. And the rainy season, the reality is that it rains like 15 minutes and then it's sunny again, right, Giovanni? It's not like it's raining all the time. And we have a saying that is called, that we say it's always sunny in Grand Pacifica because like you have sun all year round. So if you like to be in a place that is tropical, that you want to go to the beach any time of the year, Nicaragua is the best place. Also, the great thing about Grand Pacifica is that it's a resort that is very close to the airport. This one is only 1 hour. It's the closest beachfront resort to the airport and to the capital, which is Managua. So that's really a plus there. You get golf if you like golfing. I don't do golfing much, but they have one thing. The new thing is that they do disc golf, and I really enjoy that one. So if you would like to try it, you can come and play with us. There's also a very nice community. We have a lot of people living there already that are from North America mostly, and also some Nicaraguans. And you have neighborhoods for everyone. So we have, as I was saying, different smaller communities inside Grand Pacifica where you can access to all the amenities in Grand Pacifica as an owner, but you would have like the place that you like the most, that has the features that you like the most. So we would try to make something for everybody, every taste. So we were going to talk a little bit more about each of those communities so you can see them all and have a little bit of better look about it. So this is the master plan of Grand Pacifica. You can see the different colors, and those are the different communities that we have. As we also have like different day tours and, oh, sorry, this was the activities. Well, we were talking about that before. We have golf, horseback riding, we have surfing lessons. You can rent boards for surfing, for boogie boarding. You can have a wonderful beachside massage that is pretty relaxing, just in front of the ocean in these palapas. And while you look at the ocean, you hear the ocean. It's a wonderful thing to relax. We have also an award-winning restaurant, Cecil restaurant, that you can go to. People from Managua love to go to Cecil for the hamburgers. That's like my favorite there. But we have different types of food, seafood, Nicaraguan food, different types of breakfast. So it's a nice place to be, and it's great for, it's in front of the ocean, so you can see the sunset when you are in the restaurant. So it has an amazing view, and it has also an infinity pool. There's a lot of nature there. You can see the birds, and we have also turtle sanctuaries. We have a program to protect the sea turtles from predators and people who sell the eggs of the turtles. So there's a lot of activities you can do there. And also from Grand Pacifica, we have a front desk that they can tell you all the things that you can do in Nicaragua. Most of the things that Giovanni was saying, but there's something for everybody, because there's like things for people who like to adventure. For example, the volcano boarding. You go to this big volcano onto the top, and then you do like a boogie boarding onto from the top to the end, which is pretty cool for people who love those things. If you like something less adventurous, you can go to the Flor de Caña rum factory tour. Flor de Caña is one of the best rums in the world, so it's pretty interesting to see how they make it. So there's tons of tours that you can do, and our front desk can help you with all that information, all the things that you can do that are very close to Grand Pacifica. So about each community that we have inside, this is San Diego Viejo. San Diego Viejo is the first community we developed in Grand Pacifica. Most of the homes are Spanish colonial homes. They are you buy the lot and then you build the home, right? You can build it with us or any construction company you would like. You can build a home the way you like it. It's customized. The only thing here is that we like that on the exterior it looks Spanish colonial. That's the only rule. But inside your home, it can be 1, 2, 3 bedroom, however you want it. And the home sites start only at $49,900. We have already 8+ residences that have been built. The people that live in those residences, some of them come from North America. They come for a few months to just escape the winter months from their countries, from Canada or the United States. And other people live all the year round, like have moved completely to Nicaragua. So that's the San Diego Viejo community. If you would like to know more about it, your property consultant can send you all that information. Eva is another community that we have, is Eco Village Asuccio. This one is in front of the beach that I was telling you about, that has this break for the surfers that just want to learn how to surf. Also, it has really good waves for people that are pro, but the good thing about this beach, that's our favorite there, is that it's all sand, so it's pretty safe. And also there's shallow waters where you can swim with your family, so it's a very safe beach and very nice for people to spend the day with their kids and their family. It's not dangerous at all. So about these homes are smart, eco-friendly, tiny homes, and these homes are about like 3 minutes or less from the beach. You can see the master plan here. All the homes is about approximately 100 homes. We have sold almost 90% of this community. So if you want to know more about each of these home models, because we have 4 very nice home models, you can talk to your property consultant to know more about this. We plan to do a community that has many different features, that has a restaurant bar and a natural pool. It's not that restaurant bar is not going to be close to the homes. It's going to be in an area more close to the ocean, so it doesn't disturb the people if you want peace and quiet, but also have a place where you can go see the sunset, have a few drinks with your friends, eat some snacks. We plan to do something like that. It also has a river beside it that is joins towards the ocean. So we want to do paddle boarding there. And some residents are already using the river for that, or kayaking. So we plan to do more activities there. You're going to have a pool, community and sustainable orchards, gardens. So for people who we want to make this community that is self-sustainable. So that is the cool thing about this. And the houses start at $99,900. What is the sustainable living? The houses are going to have a green roof. That green roof is going to add this natural feeling to your home. It's going to be better because it's going to help create insulation inside your home so it doesn't get too hot. The gray water recycling is because the homes are going to be set up so the water that you use for showering or for washing your dishes is going to be used again to water the gardens, the sustainable garden, to grow your own food, so we can reuse that water and not empty the river, right? Especially in the dry season. And the off-grid living, because these homes are 100% solar homes. So this is like what you call a very self-sustainable type of community. The next community, let me see, the Bella community. This one is beachfront eco lifestyle alternative. These houses are bigger than the Eva because these are not tiny homes. These are more California type of homes. They're oceanfront, they're in front of the Eva community. And these homes are approximately 1,000 to 1,300 square feet. The area, you can see the master plan there, and where the Bella logo is where Eva is going to be, the tiny home community. So you can see it's just in front of Eva. And these homes, because we don't want to block the view for the Eva homes, these are only one floor, one story high. So they're not gonna block any views. These homes start from 349,900 because they're oceanfront. You're practically on the beach. They are 2 and 3 bedroom types of homes. They're gonna have, as you can see, each of them are like a little community inside this community, and they're gonna have each of them swimming pools, for like a community swimming pool for only like 8 houses. And you can see some renderings here. We wanna have this type of house that is very modern, very functional. We want to use the designs are mostly to use the space the best way possible, and that you can also have a very nice ocean view from your deck and also from your bedroom. So that's what we want for people to just take the most advantage of the area that they are in, that they can see the ocean the best way possible, and that you feel like you're outdoors, but at the same time you have the luxury of a really nice, comfortable house. So this is the Bella community that is in front of Eva. Now, for the people that don't want to be so close to the ocean, but want to have the access, want to be close to it, but not ocean front, this is the Mila community. This is Mila for modern, innovative lifestyle alternative. These houses are bigger than the Bella ones, where depends on the model, because we have two models and they're 1,100 to 1,900 square feet. They start at 149,900. They're approximately like half a mile from the ocean, so it's like a 10-minute walk to go to the beach. But I like this community because it's very relaxed, it's very quiet, it's already being developed, because this community already has homes that were built a long time ago, and we wanted to rebrand it. We still had a lot of lots that we wanted to build more modern houses. That's why we renamed it Mila before it was called Casita Village. These homes, as well as the Bella homes, they're hybrid. That means that they are solar and they also have electrical power. The Eva homes are only solar, but these ones have both choices. So if you want to use only solar, you can do it. But if you want to use the electrical power, you can do that too. So you have that choice. These homes are also very, very modern, and the way they use the space is really good. They have this type of Spanish colonial, but at the same time, they are very modern. So it's like a fusion between the both of them, right? And we already, as I said, because it is already being developed, we have already gardens. It's pretty lush there. We have a video in YouTube we have an ACI development channel in YouTube where you can see videos of Mila and Eva. So if you want to see a little bit more of them, how they are right now, you can ask your property consultant where the community of Mila is, so you can see a little bit. This community is more close to the golf course, so there's a lot of green around it, which I really love. These are the renderings. You see that the type of furniture that we're gonna have. The cool thing about this too is that you will own the lot, so you can have a palapa if you want to build it there. You can have a picnic table, you can have a hammock, put anything you want. You can also have your garden and plant any tree you want, papaya tree, all those things that you have the freedom to choose what you're going to do with your land. And in all these communities, you're going to have also community gardens. So you can do it in your own home, but you also have the option that there's going to be a community garden for all of these communities. And after Mila, there's another community that I want to show you that, and here, that's another thing about Mila that I like, is that the solar panels, all of these homes, the solar panels are like hidden. So you see a beautiful house and you never imagine that it's a solar home. So the design is that way, that you cannot see the solar panels when you see the home right in front of you. Now, we also have what is Las Perlas, the Oceanfront Village. These are the condo buildings that we have in Grand Pacifica. Las Perlas 1, 2, and 3. The Las Perlas 1 was built more than 15 years ago. That's where my husband and I have a condo building. All these condos are oceanfront, so the location is great. You have beautiful views there. The one that you see on your right is the second Las Perlas. It's called Momotombo. All these Las Perlas buildings have the names of volcanoes. So the Las Perlas 1 is called Mombacho, Las Perlas 2 is called Momotombo, and we're gonna have Las Perlas 3 that is gonna be called Masaya. And all these are sold out, so that's why we're taking reservations for Las Perlas 3, the Masaya one. We just inaugurated Las Perlas 2, the Momotombo, which is sold out. So you can see the master plan. The bigger one is Las Perlas 1. Beside it is the restaurant. So these are all very close to the restaurant. The second one you see in this master plan is the Las Perlas 2, and the one beside is Las Perlas 3. So this is the master plan of all the Las Perlas condo buildings that we're going to build in the future, with a bigger pool. We're going to have a restaurant there as well. So the condominium residences for La Masaya building, the Las Perlas 3, are going to start at 159,900. You can be part of the rental program if you would like, because we do that as well. And the financing that we have have financing, and we have payment cash work. I'm going to talk about the payment options afterwards. So this is Las Perlas 2, the one that we already have inaugurated last month. You can see that there's a difference in the design from Las Perlas 1. Because we have so much experience with residents and clients, we try to make every design better than the other one, because so it can fit the needs of what the people are looking for and what they want. So here, for example, you see the balconies are all transparent, right? You can see through the glass, so it doesn't block the view that you have, but at the same time it's safe. In Las Perlas 1, the balcony is a classic normal balcony. So that's what we do in each design of each building that we have. And in the Masaya, we're going to have this type of balcony as well. But you can see the Masaya beside the Momotombo. It is going to be 4 condos, one beside the other, in a 3-floor story condo building, and they are going to be what the design. The cool thing about the design is that they're going to be joined by a door, each of them. So if you want to have one, you can have a 1-bedroom condo, but if you want to have a 2-bedroom condo, you can buy 2 and you have a connection already, or you can have the whole floor and have a 4-bedroom, and you can close one and rent one. So it's your decision what you would like to do with it. As I said, they start at 159,900 in this, and your property consultant can help you with any detail if you're interested in this Masaya building. And Santa Barbara is a community that is is very close to Eva. It's also in front of the Asuccio beach. This community is mostly about big oceanfront lots. It's a very luxurious, nice community, more exclusive. What we sell here are the home sites. They start at 189,000. The thing about Santa Barbara is that here you don't have the rule to design your home with the Spanish colonial style. Here you can design your home the way that you like it, how big you want it, how many rooms. It can be Mediterranean style, it can be more modern. Anything that you like, you can do here in Santa Barbara. And the lots are huge, they're beautiful. You have lots that are up to 65,000 square feet. So if you're interested if you have a big family and you want to make a bigger home with more space, a bigger pool, places to run, like a volleyball thing or anything, Santa Barbara is your place, because you have more freedom to build and customize your home as the way you would like it, right? So this is mostly for the communities that we have. Playa Pacifica, this is a joint community that we have with Ken Payne. These are villas that are oceanfront. They're very beautiful, very luxurious. You can see in each building, you're going to have 4 villas, and they have 2 floors. So each villa is designed exactly like the other. In the first and second floor, that you're going to have in each one a kitchen, a living room, a dining room, the bedrooms. So you can have one villa, one you can rent and one you can live in, or you can rent both of them and have it as an investment. So these are very beautiful villas. They're fully furnished. This looks like renderings, but they're not. This is the actual furniture that you see in these Playa Pacifica homes. The price is under 345,000. So if you want more details about these villas, you can email webinar@ecidevelopment.com. Now, about the ownership, the pathways that you have for that. We have different types of payments that you have. The cash payment is the most popular one. What we do is that you claim your home site or your condo with $2,500, and by filling out a reservation form. After that, we send you the paperwork, and you have 7 business days to decide if you want to move forward. If you do, we put 50% of down payment less the $2,500 refundable deposit, and we start building your home. And then according to construction progress, you start giving, like when the foundation is complete, you give 20%, the next 20% when the walls are up, and the next 10% in the closing costs when the home is complete. Another way to do the payments is with cryptocurrency. We do accept crypto like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Monero. We also have financing plans. We have 50% financing plan and 80% financing plan. We also accept metals like gold bullion, and you can also use your SD IRA, your self-directed IRA, and you can inquire for more details for that with your property consultant. We also have in Grand Pacifica, we have teak. Teak, for people who are not very familiar with teak, teak is a tree, a hardwood that is very used to build homes, boats, furniture. It has been mostly, it's a type of market that has been growing through the years. The people that are, the countries that have been like the top for teak have been India and China, but even then, them cannot, they don't make enough teak to fill out the market because the demand has gone very high. So that's why Central America has become also a teak producer, let's say. And even we have India and China are even purchasing from us. So it's a great investment to have. And there's a lot of people that are purchasing teak now, and it helps you to have an investment that is not high risk. You don't have to invest too much, and you can get great proceeds through the years. So when it says protect your most important asset and achieve true freedom, it's protect your family, because when you purchase teak, you can also have a generational, a legacy that you can leave to your family. The best thing about this is that the teak parcels that we have, the teak farms, are inside Grand Pacifica. So they are very well protected because Grand Pacifica is safe. It's a gated community. And like if you have a home and you want to have an investment in teak, you can visit it anytime because it's inside Grand Pacifica. It's not a place that is very hard to visit. You can visit it anytime. So yeah, we have a nursery there too, where you can purchase trees and those things. Here is our teak farm. These are like the baby teak, and you see a person, that one of the owners, that has a very big leaf of teak. Like these trees grow pretty huge, and the people make things with teak because this wood is very it's very hard, and the fire doesn't affect it, or bugs, or it doesn't get rotten. So that's why there's high demand for this type of wood. And even our property consultants have invested in teak. Our CEO invested in teak 20 years ago. So it's something that they wanted to also share with our clients. We have phase 1, that is the 4-year-old teak that is sold out. But right now in Nicaragua, we have a 0-year-old teak, the baby teak, and 1-year-old teak. So how do you start with this investment? If you want to buy a parcel of 1-year-old teak, you get 1/4 of an acre of land. You own the land, and you also own the trees. And you just only invest $7,380. And by the end, you're going to earn $94,020. You're going to get a check for that. You got to know that you get proceeds on the year 12, when the teak turns 12, 18 years, 20 years, and then 25th year, where is the big harvest, and you get the bigger check. We can send you the business plan so you can see a little bit more about this. And for the newborn teak, you only invest $6,880, and you earn the same, like $94,000 by the end of the 25 years. What is the benefit of teak? Is because you can leave a legacy for your family. Like if you have kids, by the end, you're going to get a big check that you can give to your kids, and they can give to their kids. It's something that can be generational, right? You own the land and the trees. The latter years of profit means that if you buy, for example, 1 0-year-old and 1 1-year-old, when the 1-year-old turns 12, then you earn a check, you get a proceed, and then the next year you can earn another proceed from the 0-year-old that turned 12. So that's what we call the latter years of profit. And we also have a professional management team that they have been doing this for 20 years. So they know how to take care of your teak. As I said, this is not much risk. There's no much to invest because you only have to worry once a year to pay $125 to maintain your teak, your farm. And our management team takes care of everything. So that is a good benefit that you don't have to worry about your investment at all. And you can become a resident too. So you can become a resident at any age. Because in Nicaragua, you have a minimum of $30,000 to invest in Nicaragua. It means that if you buy, for example, 5 parcels of newborn teak, you can become a resident in Nicaragua. It's about $30,000 that you're investing. And well, the investment, you have to do it with a local company. We have a lawyer that can help you set that up. And you have this residency that is renewable. And as I said, you can run your own business. It's like having a green card.
Andrea,
what was that?
I just want to add one important point there, and it is Nicaragua allows you to have dual citizenship. So you don't have to give up if you're American or Canadian or whatever. You can maintain dual citizenship. So that's something that a lot of people ask. And I just want to make sure that they know that you can maintain, both citizenship.
Yeah, that's good because a lot of people just don't want to keep on renewing their residency. So if they can become citizens and they can keep their other citizenship, that is amazing to know. So thank you, Gio, for that, because I didn't know that. I thought it was only one. Another thing about teak is that you leave a legacy. As I said, you can leave that to your family. They're always going to have this asset for them. You're going to own a tangible asset that you can go visit at any time. We're always in contact with our clients, so you know how your trees are going. But as I said, you don't have to worry much about your trees because after year 3, your trees are going to be very resistant to fire, bugs, or anything. It's very difficult that your trees are going to be ruined at all. And you can use also crypto or your SDRA to buy your teak, and it helps you obtain residency. So if you're not prepared to buy a big house, you can buy teak and you can access to that. You can join the field trips. We have always field trips. We have teak farms in Nicaragua, and we also have teak farms in Panama, if you're interested. In Panama, we do have 15-year-old trees. So if you want older trees, you can do it in Panama too. But here, this is a Nicaragua 101. So the field trips, you can be added to the list. So you can visit Grand Pacifica, Nicaragua. You can also visit the teak farms webinar at ECIdevelopment.com if you want to come and see it all. Here we have our team. This team I'm very proud of because all these people are people that have been living in these countries, in Nicaragua, in Belize, all the areas where ECI has property, and they know what they're talking about because they have been through the residency, they have been through living in a country that is not theirs. So there are not property consultants that tell you, oh yeah, I am in England and I'm selling you a property in Nicaragua. They are actually living there and they know what you will go through if you want to move or if you want to apply for residency or if you want to buy a property outside your country. So they are like the best people that you can go to ask for any advice or any knowledge that you need. And I think that right now, we have the copy of the Free Nicaraguan Handbook. If you want to ask for it, we can send it to you at the same address, webinar at ECIdevelopment.com. We send this to you so you can know more about the country, more about the culture, the food, the places to visit. This is a great handbook that you can have to have a general and very interesting idea of Nicaragua. And of course, you can ask us anything to us too about the lifestyle and about our experiences in this country. And now I think it's the time for the questions and answers. let me see here. So we want to hear from everybody here to see. I have a question here. I don't know, Gio, if you want to answer this one.
Yes. Which one, please?
It says the towns about near the property. Which towns are near the property where you can buy groceries?
Okay, the closest one to us is Villa del Carmen and San Rafael del Sur. Those are actually the closest one to us, and you're talking about one is about like 15 minutes and the other one is about 20 minutes.
Yeah, and about the groceries, we have a town that we like to go to in San Rafael del Sur. That town, it's like about 15 minutes from Grand Pacifica, and we used to go there with my husband. It's very, very economical place. We bought like a really big bag of fruits, vegetables, cheese, you know, a lot of things. And it was like under $4 everything. So it's incredible the things that you can buy nearby, and you can get anything you need. What we also do, if you need to have vegetables, fruits, that's something that you have to buy every week. When the residents, when there's like all the residents ask, we bring a truck of fruit and vegetables to the property every week, so you can buy from that truck and you don't have to leave the property. Also, we have we're going to have sustainable gardens, and that's also the point of having them, so you don't have to go out and buy those things outside, right? Outside the community. But that is mostly what we do. And if you want to buy more stuff, we go to Managua, we spend the day there, and then we come back with everything we need. Oh, here, somebody told me that, Rachel, our VP of Sales, that you cannot get dual citizenship unless you're a Nicaraguan born abroad.
Yes,
So,
and sorry, I'm going to step in here, guys. Really nicely done. I just heard that and wanted to clarify, because I know that dual citizenship, having another passport, is really important, especially for a lot of folks on the line here. So you are able to have dual residency. So it has as many green cards as you want, to as many different countries as you want. But when it comes to citizenship and actually getting that passport, then you do want to bear in mind that in Nicaragua, you're not allowed to have a dual citizenship if you are not a Nicaraguan born abroad. So in Gio's case, for example, Gio is Nicaraguan. He was able to get dual citizenship with the United States and keep his Nicaraguan. But generally, if you're not from Nicaragua, you know, I'm from the States, and if I wanted to get my passport in Nicaragua, I would have to give up my US passport. So I just wanted to clarify that, because it is, of course, important as you're planning your plan B or plan C or plan D across the board.
Yeah, thank you, Rachel. That's very important, because the people are always asking about that. So what I always tell them is that the best thing is to maintain your residency. My husband, who's Canadian, he's a resident, and he keeps his Canadian citizenship and the residency in Nicaragua, so he can live there and have no problems. We have a business there. So the residency, I think, is really good, and it's enough for the person that wants to go and move there with their family.
Someone was asking, Andrea, about if the government mandates, you know, to be vaccinated. That is a no. It's up to each person. If they want to actually get it, it's free. If you don't want to get it, it's not an issue. Like I say before, there's many restaurants here that they don't require people to actually, you know, wear a mask. And there's other, you know, restaurants they do actually require wear a mask.
Yeah, that was another question here, that if people were required to wear masks, and no, you don't have to. It is mostly about each private business that if they decide to mandate that in their business, but not in the country.
Just for people to know, Grand Pacifica is located in, you know, what is called San Diego Viejo Beach area, but we're actually part of Managua area, and the area where we are is San Diego Viejo Beach, but we're actually part of the Managua, and that's why we're so close to the capital, because we're in the Pacific side of the Managua area.
Yeah, that's a good thing to know. There's another one here that says, what are the different ages that you have in Grand Pacifica? like the people that live there. Well, we have a mix of everything. I can talk to you about the ages and also the countries. The people that live there mostly are from the United States and Canada, but we are also having a lot of interest from Europe, Australia, and Asia. So especially for the Eva and Bella homes and Mila, well, the new communities, we're having a lot of people that are interested in purchasing there and even moving there. Some of them want to move, some of them want to invest and then in the near future move at some point. And it's going to be very diverse, the kind of people that are going to be there and who are looking for a place that they feel that they can be free and they can decide what they want to do, because most of them are not very happy what's going on in their countries with the COVID situation, how it is handled. So it's going to be a lot of people that are like-minded that want to move in these places. We have people that are retired. We have people that are couples that are younger in their 30s, 40s, people that have kids. So it's quite a very diverse type of crowd. People that are single, people that are married, people that are we have women that want to look for a place to do their work. Some of them have different careers, so we would have people from different professions. So it's pretty exciting to see all the people that really want to move to Grand Pacifica at this point. Well, there's a lot of questions, but I think that at some point we're going to have all of these questions and send it to our property consultants, and they can help with all of them because there's many of them.
Sure, and I just see a couple here that are continuing to pop up, so I'm going to just answer those couple broadly. And I know we're going past the hour here, guys. So if you need to hop, feel free to. We're going to send you the recording in the next hour or two. But I'm seeing a couple people asking here about the field trip. Please send information on that. We don't have dedicated dates at this point. They will be in 2022 at this point. So just bear with us as we get those dates together. But you're welcome to come down at any point. Our team is there. Gio is based in Nicaragua. We have a full team also who's there on site ready to greet you. So do let us know when it is that you want to come down if you don't necessarily want to wait for a tour. I'm just seeing some really easy questions. I just want to go through. How far is the city from the resort? You heard from Gio and Andrea about the distance to get groceries. But if you want to head to Managua, it's about an hour. I would say it's a fully paved road, so it's very, very easy to get there. And of course, it depends on what part of Managua. To get into the city, about 45 minutes. To get to the other side, probably about an hour 15, hour and a half. I'm seeing one question here from Joel, who's asking about climate change and affecting the housing site. I love questions like this because I think, it is a great question because we do have to be concerned about the water levels rising because we are located there on the water on the beach. I was looking it up before, and I think it's 15 millimeters that the water is rising by, and by 2100 it's only expected to be up about 3 meters at most. Let me just fact check that as I'm going through here. I just want to make sure I'm giving you all information. No, 1 point expected to be 0.6 to 1.1 meters, so about 1 to 3 feet by 2100. So we got a long way to go if the water rising is a concern for you. Yeah, we're definitely quite far from the water in terms of it rising at that level. So just bear that in mind. And then I do want to actually address this question here about politics, because I'm saying that there are, people are reading things about Ortega and the government of Nicaragua. I'm not Nicaraguan. I don't have my Nicaraguan residency. I don't live in the country. I did live there in 2012, 2013. It was actually, Nicaragua was my foray into Central America back in 2010. But something that is important for you to understand is if you're coming in as a tourist or an expat, truly the local politics will have no effect on you. Now, if Giovanni is standing outside Ortega's office and having all these pickets and riots and against Ortega, he'll probably be getting in trouble. I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying what his political views are by any means. Sorry, Gio, just picking on you there. But it's different when you're a citizen and doing that. And truthfully, Nicaragua has had challenges politically since the 70s and 80s, but it will not affect and typically does not affect your life there as an expat or a tourist. If you're depending on social programs, then that may be affected, but as an expat or a tourist, typically you're not dependent on that. So The country has had the ebbs and flows and probably will continue to have the ebbs and flows as long as the current political party is in office. But we've been in country since the early 2000s. It's a place that we feel very comfortable. We've invested tens of millions of dollars there. Are on the good graces. We provide a lot of corporate social responsibility, have brought internet and electricity and cable to the surrounding area, have provided paved roads where there was literally nothing before. And so I think if that's really a primary concern of yours and we just can't tell you otherwise, come down and see the property for yourself, see the country. But I can tell you hundreds of other people, and us included as developers, it's not something that we're necessarily concerned about. We have title insurance on our property as ECI Development or as Grand Pacifica. And I just think that that's also reassuring for folks to hear. But what that also means is, because there is all of this nonsense in the media right now, is there are really great opportunities. And that's why when Gio was showing you that real estate investment curve, at the bottom part of the curve was Nicaragua. There's a tremendous amount of appreciation for the country. You know, a lot of that has to do with because of the media and what's being displayed on the media. If Nicaragua got the same sort of praise that Costa Rica did in terms of just country generally, then you can guarantee that Nicaragua would be at the top part of the curve. And we can even thin slice Nicaragua a little bit more. I would say Grand Pacifica would really be at that sweet spot of the curve, since it's an established residence and resort community. It's been around for 15, 18 years. So it's well served in the marketplace. There's appreciation, but there's also the cash flow there from the guests and the tourists who are coming. But, you know, I would say you really have to go and make up your own mind if that's something that's of concern to you. We've gone through these elections multiple times at this point. And yes, it does create a little bit of craziness in the media, but at the end of the day, the tourists are still going to go, and it may not be the mainstream tourists. You know, it may not have been the people who are going to Costa Rica anyway. It's going to be the adventure travelers, the surfers who want to surf two of the best breaks in Central America. It's going to be the people from Managua who want to get out and enjoy a long weekend, people from other surrounding Central American countries who want to enjoy the inexpensive costs of being there in Nicaragua. So, you know, I really, like I said before, I'm going to emphasize, come down and see it for yourself. But as a development company, we would not have been in the country and not have invested millions of dollars like we have if we didn't feel comfortable there. So I encourage you to do the same sort of due diligence. Come down. I wouldn't read the news, to be honest with you. I cut the news out of my life a few years ago, and I have to say it's quite refreshing to not necessarily be caught up in what the media wants you to believe. So again, just come down and see us. And I'm seeing a lot more questions here about medical facilities and whatnot. There are great hospitals in Managua, JCI accredited. That means it meets international standards. They don't have JCI accredited hospitals in every country. I can tell you that. I'm in Belize and we don't have one here. So for people who are concerned about medical facilities and abilities, you are able to get great care inexpensively in Managua. I don't know, Gio, if you mentioned this, your wife is a dentist and she serves a lot of medical tourism, people who are coming down to Nicaragua to get their dental work done, to get their health looked at. And so we can certainly give you her recommendations if anyone wants to see a dentist or hear about some great doctors. But there's just a lot of great about the country. And because of a lot of the nonsense, that's why there's great opportunity for the forward-thinking investors, the people who understand the geography of the country, being that it's very similar to Costa Rica, but it's just a fraction of that price. So I know we've gone over, I think that we went through a lot of these questions, the general level here, but we will certainly be in touch with you. Your property consultant will be in touch. I think most of you at this point have been in touch with one of our sales team members or just team members generally. So you'll hear from them after this. But Gio and Andrea, I wanted to say thank you guys tremendously. I know you both live in the country, work there, and it's a huge opportunity for you to get in here and talk to people about what your life has been like there. I'm here in Belize, so I didn't feel quite qualified to give this presentation, although I had lived in Nicaragua, but you guys are boots on the ground regularly. You're living it, you're there regularly. And so I just wanted to thank you guys for sharing your insight and being online.
Rachel,
yes, go ahead.
I just want to say one thing. A lot of people sometimes prefer to get in touch with people like Andrea and myself because we live here and they have a lot of questions. Hey, we're available too. We're here to help. And I hope that you can actually, come over, take a tour And I will be more than happy personally to take you around so you can experience what we actually do here.
Agreed. I think that's the best way to do it. And Gio gives one heck of a tour, I'll tell you that.
They will have a lot of fun with me.
Oh, yes, that's a guarantee.
And I was saying that he has a really interesting story to tell them. So I said, you got to go visit and ask Gio about his story.
It's the most, right?
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. Andrea, any final thoughts from you or anything you want people to know before we hop off here?
Mostly that go visit Nicaragua. Don't listen to the bad, because not many people know about it, especially when people haven't been there. Even me as a Latin America, I heard things about Nicaragua, was worried about going there, right? Because I always call it a hidden gem. Nicaragua is a hidden gem. Nobody knows exactly what's going on there until you are there. So I would say go, don't worry about anything. I won't tell you that a place is great if it's not. Like, I am a doctor, I'm not going to send you to a place that is bad for you. So I would say, yeah, go to Nicaragua. I have had a great experience. I love the people there. They're super, super friendly. So yeah, and just be adventurous and try something new.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is absolutely just worth it. And I do have to say, I remember when I moved down to Nicaragua, I gave my parents 2 weeks notice right out of college. And 2012, June 1st, actually, 2012, I moved the little things that I had down to Nicaragua. My parents were freaking out. They thought I was going to get kidnapped. That it was the most dangerous place in the world. I was excited because that meant I didn't have to move home right out of college. They thought otherwise, but I do have to say it took my mom about 1.5 years to come down and visit. And when she did, she said that is one of the most beautiful countries in the world that she has ever been to. And I just think there's a tremendous amount of beauty there that really has yet to be discovered. And hopefully you all decide to come down and see it for yourself and perhaps call it home one day, or at least in the meantime, decide to take advantage of the renters who are coming in and just want a beautiful spot on the beach. All right. Thank you, everybody. And we look forward to hearing from you. Our team will be in touch soon, and you'll get a copy of this recording as well. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for being here.
Bye-bye, Andrea.
Bye, guys.
Rachel.
Bye, Gio. Bye, Andrea.
Bye.